Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about something that determines the direction of every dream, every success story, and every legacy. Something more powerful than talent, louder than motivation, and stronger than any excuse. That power is discipline. Every person in this world wants success. Everyone wants to be great, respected, and remembered. But very few are willing to pay the price. Because success doesn't come wrapped in comfort. It comes wrapped in challenge, consistency, and control. Motivation may light the fire, but discipline keeps it burning long after the spark fades. And if you truly want to change your life, if you truly want to rise above average, then you must understand discipline is the foundation of everything great. Motivation is like a wave. It rises high and crashes down. It's temporary. It depends on how you feel, on the weather, on your mood. You watch a video, you feel inspired, and for a moment, you believe you can conquer the world. But the next morning when the alarm goes off at 5 a.m., that motivation is nowhere to be found. That's where discipline comes in. Silent, steady, unshakable. Discipline doesn't ask how you feel. It commands you to rise. It doesn't depend on inspiration. It builds habit. And habits, my friends, create destiny. You see, the truly successful people, the athletes, the leaders, the creators, they don't always feel like working. They don't always feel strong, but they show up anyway because they've trained their minds to do what needs to be done, whether they feel like it or not. That's the power of discipline, to act without hesitation, to push forward even when your emotions scream, stop. That's the point where ordinary people quit and disciplined people grow. And discipline isn't just about working hard once. It's about working hard every single day. Small daily actions, the ones no one notices, are what build extraordinary results. Every time you choose focus over distraction, every time you choose effort over excuses, you're laying one more brick toward the life you want. You don't build greatness overnight. You build it through repetition, through persistence, through doing the simple things, again and again and again, like drops of water that shape stone. Small efforts, done consistently, carve out success. People often say, "I'm waiting to feel ready." But that's not how progress works. You'll never feel completely ready. The right moment never arrives. You create the right moment through discipline. Discipline is doing what you should, even when you don't feel like it. It's waking up early when you'd rather sleep. It's studying when your friends are out. It's saving when you want to spend. It's choosing growth over comfort. Every choice like that strengthens your willpower. And your willpower is the muscle that separates achievers from dreamers. Now, many people misunderstand discipline. They think it's a prison, a restriction, a chain that limits their freedom. But the truth is the opposite. Discipline creates freedom. When you have discipline, you control your time instead of being controlled by it. You control your habits instead of being ruled by impulses. You can do what needs to be done. And that gives you power, the power to live life on your own terms. The undisciplined person is a slave to procrastination, a prisoner of laziness, a victim of chaos. But the disciplined person, they are free. Free from confusion, free from regret, free from the constant chase of someday. Because here's the hard truth. There are only two kinds of pain in life. The pain of discipline and the pain of regret. Discipline hurts now. Waking early, saying no to comfort, sacrificing temporary pleasure. But regret hurts forever. The pain of looking back, realizing you could have been more, done more, lived more, that pain stays with you. So which one will you choose? The short pain that leads to growth, or the lifelong pain of what if? Every day, life gives you that choice. And every day, your discipline decides your future. You can't escape the pain, but you can decide which pain is worth it. Finally, remember this: consistency is the secret that turns ordinary people into extraordinary ones. You don't need to be a genius, or born talented, or lucky. You just need to be consistent, because consistent discipline compounds. It multiplies your effort and builds unstoppable momentum. Every time you show up, even a little, you're telling the universe, I'm serious about my dream. And one day, all those small steps will add up to something massive. That's how champions are made, not by doing everything at once, but by never stopping, never quitting, and never letting excuses win. So, if you take one message from this lecture, let it be this: discipline is the difference between wishing and winning. Stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting for the right time. Start now. Take action even when you don't feel ready, because every act of discipline today builds a stronger version of you tomorrow. You are capable of more than you imagine, but your potential means nothing without discipline. Success doesn't belong to the most talented, it belongs to the most consistent. So rise every day with purpose. Keep pushing, keep showing up, keep grinding. Build the habit, build the strength, build the life you deserve through discipline. That's the real power. The power of control, the power of persistence, the power of discipline. The truth is, most people lose not because they lack ability, but because they lack consistency. Discipline is not glamorous. It's not loud. It's not something people post about. It's quiet, repetitive, and often lonely. But it's in those quiet moments that greatness is born. Think about the athletes you admire, the entrepreneurs you respect, the creators whose work inspires you. Every single one of them has something in common. They trained when no one was watching. While others slept, they practiced. While others partied, they prepared. While others complained, they committed. That's what separates the disciplined from the average. Discipline means doing what others won't, so you can live how others can't. And here's something powerful: discipline doesn't come naturally to anyone. No one is born disciplined. It's not a gift, it's a skill, built one choice at a time. Every time you resist the urge to quit, you're teaching your brain that you're in control. Every time you choose action over excuses, you're rewiring yourself for strength. At first, it's hard. Of course it is. Your mind will fight back. Your comfort zone will whisper lies. Take it easy. You deserve a break. You can do it later. But later turns into never. The moment you stop listening to that voice, the moment you start acting despite it, that's when real growth begins. You see, motivation might make you move once, but discipline makes you unstoppable. Motivation is like a flame in the wind, bright but fragile. Discipline is like the sun, steady, burning, constant. It's not always exciting, but it never fails. There's a beautiful truth hidden in discipline. The more you practice it, the stronger it becomes. Like a muscle, it grows with resistance. The more you push yourself to do hard things, the easier it gets to stay consistent. Over time, What once felt impossible becomes automatic. That's the magic of habit. So stop waiting to feel like it. You'll rarely feel ready. You'll rarely feel motivated. But if you start moving, something incredible happens. Momentum. And momentum is the most powerful force in human performance. Once you build it, it carries you through the hard days. You stop relying on inspiration because discipline becomes your engine. Now, let's talk about freedom. Because many people still believe discipline takes away freedom. They think a structured life means a boring life. But the truth is, undisciplined people are the least free of all. They're trapped by impulses, distractions, and short-term pleasures. They spend their time reacting instead of acting. They chase everything and catch nothing. But disciplined people, they're free. Free from chaos, free from confusion, free from regret. They decide what matters and they go after it. They own their time, their mind, their focus. That's real freedom. Freedom is not doing whatever you want. It's having the power to do what you must. Discipline gives you that power. It's the difference between saying, I wish I could, I can't, between maybe someday, today. And when discipline becomes part of your identity, you stop forcing it. You don't have to convince yourself anymore. You simply say, this is who I am. I'm the kind of person who follows through. That's the level you want to reach. When discipline is no longer something you do, it's something you are. Now, let's face another truth. Discipline is not painless. It will challenge you. It will stretch you. It will demand sacrifice. There will be days when it feels like too much. But I want you to remember something. Pain is part of the process. The pain of discipline is temporary. It builds strength. It builds pride. It builds confidence. The pain of regret, however, lasts forever. Every time you skip your goals, every time you give in to laziness, you lose a little bit of trust in yourself. But every time you keep your promise, even a small one, you rebuild that trust. And when you trust yourself, nothing can stop you. Because the greatest victory in life is to conquer your own weakness. There's no shortcut, no secret, no magic formula. The formula is discipline. Every champion knows it. Every leader lives by it. You can't buy discipline, you can only build it. One decision at a time. One day at a time. So, ask yourself right now, what do I want most in life? And then ask, am I willing to do what it takes? Every day, no matter how I feel, to get it. Because if you are, then nothing is out of reach. Not success, not strength, not peace. Discipline is the foundation upon which every dream stands. Without it, even the greatest talent collapses. With it, even ordinary people achieve extraordinary things. Because in the end, success doesn't belong to those who work when it's easy. It belongs to those who work when it's hard. Success doesn't belong to those who dream about it. It belongs to those who discipline themselves for it. And when you understand that, when you live that, when you breathe that, you become unstoppable. That's the moment when life changes. That's the moment when you stop chasing motivation and start mastering discipline. There comes a point in everyone's life when you must look in the mirror and be brutally honest with yourself. You have dreams. You have goals. You have a vision of the life you want. But the question is, are you doing what it takes to get there? Because discipline doesn't live in your dreams. It lives in your actions. It lives in those early mornings when no one sees you. In those lonely hours when you choose growth over comfort. In those quiet moments, when your mind says stop, but your heart says go. The truth is, discipline is not glamorous. It's not about fancy words or perfect plans. It's about grit. It's about commitment when it's inconvenient. It's about staying consistent when no one's cheering for you. It's about doing what's necessary, even when it's painful. You see, every person you admire, every story that inspires you, is built on discipline. The athlete who wins. Gold didn't just train when they felt like it. They trained especially when they didn't. The entrepreneur who built an empire didn't just work when it was fun. They worked when it was frustrating, when it was lonely, when it was uncertain. Every success story you've ever heard, every overnight success, is really a story of relentless discipline behind closed doors. No magic, no luck, just consistency and control. And here's something powerful to understand: discipline is not about perfection. It's about persistence. You will fail. You will fall. You will make mistakes. But disciplined people rise again. They learn. They adapt. And they keep going. Because failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the process. The only way to lose is to quit. Discipline doesn't ask you to be perfect. It asks you to be committed. It asks you to show up every day, no matter how you feel. And when you do that, something changes inside you. You start to build momentum. You start to feel powerful. Because deep down, you know, you're in control now. You're no longer driven by emotions or circumstances. You're driven by purpose. That's the moment discipline transforms from a burden into a blessing. At first, it feels like a cage. Rules, schedules, repetition. But soon, it becomes your freedom. Because once you build discipline, life becomes easier. You stop wasting time. You stop doubting yourself. You stop chasing motivation. Instead, you start creating results. You start waking up with purpose. You start walking with confidence. You start living with clarity. And that's when you realize discipline wasn't taking from you. It was giving to you all along. It gave you freedom. It gave you power. It gave you self-respect. Because the greatest victory is not over the world. It's over yourself, over your laziness, over your fear, over your excuses. That's why discipline matters. It's the proof that you're stronger than your weakness. It's the language of success. It's the secret behind every great achievement in history. Think about it. Every invention, every breakthrough, every legacy, born from discipline. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. 1,000! But discipline kept him trying. Muhammad Ali said, "I hated every minute of training, but I said, don't quit. Suffer now, and live the rest of your life as a champion." That's discipline. And you have that same power inside you. The difference between who you are and who you want to be is the discipline you build between those 2 points. That's it. That's the bridge. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for motivation to show up. Motivation fades. Discipline remains. Start where you are, with what you have, and commit to the process. Discipline is not about what you do once in a while. It's about what you do every single day. It's the small things, the decisions you make when no one's watching, the effort you give when you don't have to, the promises you keep to yourself. And the best part, it compounds. Discipline today makes you stronger tomorrow. Every act of Control adds another layer to your success. Every sacrifice builds your character. Every day you stay consistent, you are not just achieving something. You are becoming someone. So the next time you don't feel like working, remember this: feelings are temporary, but discipline builds forever. Motivation is a spark, but discipline is the fire that keeps burning long after the spark fades. Your dreams are not waiting for luck. They're waiting for discipline. Because discipline turns dreams into plans, plans into actions, and actions into results. When you truly live by discipline, you no longer need to prove anything to anyone. Your results will speak for you. Your consistency will define you. Your success will announce you. So, my friend, make a decision. Not a wish, not a hope, a decision. A decision to live with discipline, to be relentless, to be committed, to rise every time you fall, to do what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. Because one day, when you look back, you'll realize that every great thing you ever achieved came from one simple habit. You stayed disciplined. You got up when it was hard. You worked when you were tired. You pushed when it was painful. And that's what built your success. Discipline is not just a habit. It's not just a skill. It's your power. It's your weapon. It's your destiny. So don't wait for the world to believe in you. Believe in yourself enough to be disciplined every single day. Because when you master discipline, you master your mind. When you master your mind, you master your life. And that is the real power. The unstoppable, unshakable, unbreakable power of discipline. When we talk about discipline, we're not just talking about waking up early or working harder than others. We're talking about shaping the person you become. Discipline is not about control for the sake of control. It's about transformation. You see, every act of discipline builds a layer of character. Every time you do something difficult and follow through, you are forging strength inside you that can't be taught in any classroom or read in any book. You are building a version of yourself that you can trust. Someone who doesn't quit when things get hard. Someone who stands tall even when the world says, "Give up." That's the essence of discipline. It's not about punishment. It's about empowerment. It's about proving to yourself that you have what it takes to keep going, even when it hurts. Because life will test you. Life will throw distractions, disappointments, and doubts your way. And in those moments, discipline becomes your armor. When everything falls apart, discipline keeps you moving. When you lose motivation, discipline keeps you consistent. When the world turns its back, discipline keeps you focused. Without it, you fall to the level of your feelings. But with it, you rise to the level of your potential. We live in a world that celebrates comfort, instant results, quick wins, shortcuts. But the truth is, the greatest things in life are built slowly, brick by brick, through discipline. Success doesn't happen in a single breakthrough. It's hidden in thousands of disciplined decisions that no one sees. It's easy to clap for success, but what no one claps for is the grind, the silent effort behind the scenes, the early mornings, the lonely nights, the repetition. That's discipline. It's the invisible work that builds visible greatness. And the beauty of discipline is this: it's fair. It doesn't care where you were born, how much money you have, or what opportunities you were given. Discipline is the great equalizer. If you are willing to put in the work, day after day, it will reward you. You might not see results tomorrow or even next week, but the person you become through discipline, that person is unstoppable. Because the real reward of discipline isn't just success, it's strength, self-respect, and freedom. When you live with discipline, you start to walk differently. You speak differently. You carry yourself with quiet confidence because you know you've earned it. You know you've paid the price. And the best part, discipline gives you peace. Peace of mind that comes from knowing you did your best. You don't have to make excuses. You don't have to explain. You don't have to feel guilt. You rest easy, knowing that you've stayed true to your purpose. That's why discipline is the foundation of fulfillment. People think happiness comes from comfort, but it doesn't. Happiness comes from growth. Growth comes from effort, and effort comes from discipline. So if you want to live a life that matters, a life that inspires, don't chase what's easy. Chase what's right. The easy path leads to regret. The disciplined path leads to greatness. There will be days when you'll want to quit. Days when your mind will say, "This is too hard." But remember, discipline is not built on the days you feel strong. It's built on the days you feel weak and still keep going. That's how legends are made. That's how greatness is born. Because someday, years from now, you'll look back at your life, and in that moment, it won't be your achievements that define you. It'll be your discipline. It'll be the battles you fought within yourself, the promises you kept, the days you showed up when no one expected you to. That's your legacy. That's your strength. So today, as you walk out of here, make yourself a promise not to be perfect, but to be disciplined. Promise yourself that no matter how hard it gets, you won't give up, that you'll keep moving forward, one step at a time, one day at a time, until the person in your mirror becomes the person you were meant to be. You don't need to shout it. You don't need to announce it. Just start living it, quietly, consistently, relentlessly. Because someday, people will look at your success and say, "You're lucky," but you'll know the truth. You'll smile and say, "No, I was disciplined." And that's the real difference. So go now. Build your dreams. Build your strength. Build your life, one disciplined day at a time. Because the world doesn't belong to the talented. It doesn't belong to the motivated. It belongs to the disciplined. And once you understand that, there is absolutely nothing that can stop you. That is the power of discipline. Now listen to me. This is it. This is the moment everything changes. Every single dream you've ever had, every single vision that kept you awake at night, it's waiting on the other side of one decision. The decision to live with discipline. You have everything you need. The strength, the mind, the ability. The question is, do you have the discipline? Because talent will get you noticed, but discipline will make you legendary. Motivation will get you started, but discipline will make you unstoppable. I don't care who you are or where you're from. Discipline can rewrite your story. It can rebuild your confidence, reignite your purpose, and reshape your destiny. But you have to want it. You have to fight for it. You say you want success, then get up earlier, work longer, stay focused, stop giving 50% and expecting 100% results. Stop waiting for the world to hand you something. Start earning it. Every time you choose discipline, you take back power. Power over your doubts, power over your fears, power over your past. You stop being a victim of circumstance. and become a creator of results. That's what discipline does. It turns pain into progress and struggle into strength. When the alarm goes off and your body says no, discipline says yes. When life hits hard and everything falls apart, discipline says get up. When nobody believes in you, discipline says I believe in myself. You see, the world doesn't reward wishes. It rewards work. It doesn't respond to feelings. It responds to actions. And discipline is the action that separates the dreamers from the doers. So stop saying, I'll start tomorrow. Stop waiting for a sign. Stop letting fear talk you out of your destiny. Because the truth is, there is no tomorrow. There is only right now. This moment, this breath, this choice. And every time you choose discipline, you choose a better life. You choose strength over weakness. You choose focus over distraction. You choose growth over comfort. That's how winners are made. Not by luck, not by chance, but by consistent, disciplined action every single day. So, I'm asking you, right here, right now, to make a promise to yourself. Promise that you will no longer let excuses define you. Promise that you will no longer let comfort control you. Promise that you will wake up every day with a fire inside that says, I will not quit, because you have something inside you far greater than any obstacle ahead of you. You have potential. You have power. But potential means nothing without discipline. When life gets tough, and it will, discipline will keep you moving. When you're tired, when you're broken, when you're lost, discipline will remind you who you are. You are not average. You are not weak. You are not here just to exist. You are here to dominate, to rise, to leave a legacy. And that legacy begins today. Not with motivation, but with discipline. So stand tall, breathe deep, and make the decision that from this day forward, you will live differently. You will work differently. You will think differently. Because from this day forward, you are disciplined. And when you live that way, there's nothing you can't build, nothing you can't overcome, and nothing you can't become. Discipline is your weapon. Discipline is your freedom. Discipline is your power. Now go, outwork them, outlast them, outgrow them. Show the world what it looks like when discipline meets destiny. Because when you master discipline, you don't just change your habits, you change your life.